We're here for Ask the Expert, which is our podcast series for the Ministry of Eco-Education. And I'm here with Donna Kenny. You brought me to a potting shed. What are we doing in a potting shed?
Well, I think the idea is to get out into a green space where we've got apprentices to hear from them and see what they do.
Nice. So I first met you at the WECA School Summit and you gave a talk about apprenticeship, and you clearly know everything there is to need to know about apprenticeship in this area. You're actually an ops manager, aren't you, for the Apprenticeship Hub?
Yeah.
Under your Western Trainer Provider Network. So what does that role entail? Are you more at the coalface than we think?
Yes. So we bring together the colleges, the independent training providers and the universities within the west of England. Our specialism is apprenticeships, obviously. And as part of that, we do funded projects. So we do employer support and sort of delivering sort of talks, which is where you see me, Tom. Yep. We go into schools and we engage with sort of parents and carers and teachers to kind of raise awareness around apprenticeships within the region.
Great. And through our work at Ministry of Eco, we're trying to support teachers and pupils to have good climate literacy and be inspired by sustainability. So we're hoping that green careers are an attractive idea for them, and you've made that easier. Why did you decide to make sustainability a theme through your website, through all the different options?
So the West of England Combined Authority, there's really big on the green agenda at the moment in terms of attracting people into the industry, making more young people aware about what that looks like, what that means to them in the future, and getting them interested and excited into it from a really young age, and then sort of making that link to what careers are out there. And I suppose with the apprenticeships, there's some really good sort of mechanisms out there that identify which are green careers, which are ones that are working towards green careers. So if a young person does have an interest in wanting to go down that green pathway, it's really easy for them to see what is available out there and then identify employers that are recruiting.
I loved your two-tier system with the green leaves.
Well, I'd love to say that was mine, but it's not. So that's from the Institute for Apprenticeships and Technical Education. So the mid-green career and occupations is where there's still some knowledge around what do we need to do to make sure that this role is actually making a tangible impact on, reaching, our goal of, net zero, and being fully sort of sustainable, if you like. The sort of green careers, the dark green one, is where you're actually making a physical impact on addressing the green issues. So aerospace engineer was one of them, because they're looking at sort of changing fuel systems within sort of the aerospace system. So that apprenticeship is a green career, as is the environmental practitioner, which for obvious reasons it is. There's lots of different pathways, ecology being one of them. But and believe it or not, the financial advisor is a mid-green career, which I thought was astounding. Not sure where the link was in that, but I suppose it depends what company you're working for.
Yeah, no, I think I understand that, because investing in the green sector is a massive shift, isn't it?
Yeah.
Divesting from the black sector. So if we all work with young people, we all know that eco-anxiety and neurodiversity both need a lot of support. How do you feel like the apprenticeship scheme helps those two areas?
So the eco-anxiety is, I think, we see that kind of embedded in schools with teachers trying to kind of overcome that and sort of talk about the issues. How, I suppose, what the apprenticeships allow is you'll be able to move into sectors and work with employers where you're actually making that impact to get, to do something about that. So you can physically feel like you're going out and making an impact. No one's going to be able to save the world as one person, but if we all do our little bit, it's going to make a really big, impact.
Yes, and neurodiversity is the other area that we're trying to support with young people. How do you feel that's helped by the apprenticeship scheme?
Well, the apprenticeships are completely inclusive, and I think there are certain apprenticeship standards that are out there that really sort of suit people that perhaps have, certain kind of neurodivergent tendencies. For instance, sort of the data analyst side, people that really like working with numbers. But equally, the neurodiverse side is something that does need work, and we're working with employers to get them to recognise that actually it's not just about them getting in the job, it's sometimes that recruitment process that needs to be addressed. So, if you're working with a young person and they have to go through the interview process to get an apprenticeship, that can be really daunting for someone that's neurodivergent. And actually it's about how they address all of those sort of processes leading up to getting the apprenticeship, because they might be fully capable of doing the apprenticeship, but actually jumping through the hoops to actually get through to that apprenticeship, the interview, the application form, that's sometimes where the sticking point is. Thank
you very, very much. I'd like to move on to some of the other great people we got in the potting shed. Hi, Helen Jones. So you've had 30 years helping people in their employment journeys. Who do you work for at the moment?
I work in the employment support team at Bristol City Council.
Nice. And we're in Blaise Castle Estate because the parks have got an apprenticeship scheme running here.
Yes, absolutely.
And when we were chatting earlier,
Yeah.
you mentioned that parks is an area,
Yeah.
a career area,
Yeah.
where at the moment there's a lot of people reaching retirement age and we need some more young people coming through.
Yes.
What's the council doing to attract young people into that area through apprenticeships?
There are two areas of the project: inclusive career pathways, where I'm an employment navigator. One is health and social care, and the other one is parks and community green spaces. This project's been going about 18 months. There's been 4 apprenticeship vacancies come up at the council across the parks team, 2 at Blaise, which is where we are today, which will then help with developing the workforce, getting a younger workforce in, and making it more diverse and more inclusive.
That sounds amazing. Thank you. So there are young people now who are deciding that sixth form may not be for them. Sitting in a classroom for another few years may not be for them. There's not a great number of apprenticeship options coming through. Do you think there could or should be more, or is this appropriate?
I definitely think there could be more and should be more. Apprenticeships are a great way to learn on the job. So you're earning money whilst you're learning on the job, and then you're bringing in that new blood. Doesn't have to necessarily be young people. Anyone at any age can do an apprenticeship.
That's great to hear that from all your experience, that you still think apprenticeships is a really good way forward for some people. And it's good to hear, if we widen out now, to see that people who may have even gone through the whole school system and degrees still find apprenticeships good. It doesn't have to be someone who thinks mainstream school's not for them. So if we move on to Graham and Noemi. Hi Graham, good morning.
Good morning.
So I understand that you're a mature student doing an apprenticeship scheme here. Did you go all the way through school and university?
I did, yeah. I went to school, college and on to university, and then I was a baker for 11 years, and then I decided to have a bit of a career change. Yeah.
Nice. And if you were talking to, say, young people today, because our audience is teachers working with young people, would you advise them to make sure that they've considered apprenticeship schemes when they're looking at what they want to do after 16?
Absolutely, yeah. I think if you know what sort of sector you want to work in, then an apprenticeship is a brilliant way to get into it. I kind of made my mind up a bit later in life, but the opportunity is still there.
Nice. So if we want to build our green sector, we just need to make sure that we got more apprenticeships in the green sector. And Noemi, so
I discovered in here that it's a really great way to develop skills and competencies for employability. So yeah.
Nice, great, thank you very much. And if we go back to Donna, stepping around a few flower pots. So Donna, we wanted to do this series outside, and now we're facing rain and chainsaw, but we're okay with that, right? We're in a potting
good.
shed. This is way better. We didn't want to be in an office or behind a school desk, right?
No.
So we wanted to check in at the end of each interview, how could we help in this collaboration? So if we've got teachers who are using our website for our pooled resources, how could we add some of your resources to help them think about green careers while they're doing their subjects?
Well, we can definitely direct you to the resources that we use. So we have the amazing Apprenticeships website that kind of write all the resources for the ASK programme that we deliver, which is Department for Education funded. And also we work with Career Pilot, who are currently working on a green programme at the moment, which is all about embedding green careers into the curriculum. They write some brilliant resources for teachers at Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4, currently developing Key Stage 5 to put lesson plans together about how you can talk about green careers in the curriculum. So I'm more than happy to share those with you so you can add them to your resources for your teachers to use as well.
Donna, that would be amazing, yes. I came across Gemma. She was working in the Green Careers Department for WECA.
Yeah,
She's
Gemma
running the
Perkins.
team. Yeah, and she was saying that although they've got some amazing resources that I think you're going to link me up to, that actually their teacher confidence wasn't very high.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to support that too with lots of regular CPD networking sessions for teachers.
Fantastic.
Called EcoS Southwest, and we meet up for an hour online each week.
Fantastic.
And anyone can come along to it.
Brilliant.
Maybe you'd come along 5 minutes and explain the apprenticeship.
Definitely. I'm currently running a teacher CPD project through the West of England Combined Authority and talk about green careers, which is where you've seen me. That was what that was for. So more than happy to. And then we can also talk about the green leafs that you like and where to find those and how teachers can access those green careers and search what is out there. So more than happy to support.
Brilliant. You're all over this sector of the industry. I really appreciate it. And thanks for combining employers and education, and serving that middle ground, doing a great job. Thank you very
Definitely.
much.
More needs to be done, definitely.
Okay, well, I'll come back in a year.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, everybody.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, everybody.